friends, welcome to Getting Lippy With, a space where we can all vent, chat and share our daily struggles in the hopes of helping others deal with theirs. My name's Imogen Hudson from Imogenation over on YouTube, and today we are going to be venting. So grab your cuppa, biscuits, chocolate, whatever floats your boat, because whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, let's get lippy! Also really exciting, EOS are sponsoring this series, so I'm so grateful. Thank you. Love their lip balms. I'm so excited because next to me we have the amazing ANASTASIA KIngSNORTH, which makes me...
everyone.
Yay, you're here!
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. When you messaged me today saying you're excited, I was like, oh my god, she actually wants to come. Like, I was
oh my god,
so
of course I
excited.
did. When you asked me, I was so happy.
Love that from you, thank you. So if you don't subscribe to Anastasia already, you need to, because she's amazing. Honestly, I mean this. Actually, someone spell checked me when I messaged you. I messaged you saying on one of your videos, I was like, your content's amazing, and I put you are, like, I didn't put the right, and someone was like, you need to watch out, and I was like, oh no. But genuinely, your content is insane.
Oh my god, thank you.
No, I mean it, like,
yours.
everything I watch, like my little brother, shout out to Hugo, he's a fan. Like, he was like, I was like, I'm getting Anastasia, and he's like, I really do like her content. I think she's, honestly, everything she does, you click it and you watch it. You have though. Like, you've got this like really unique, you just do things where it's like anyone could watch it. Like, genuinely.
God, thank you.
And you're so like natural with it, and you're editing. Like, I was watching it today, even on the train, and I was like, just like little pop-ups of your little meal deal thing. And I was like, Anastasia, you're so good. I'm so bad, honestly.
Oh my god, no, you're not. Imogen.
I am.
No, you're not.
I genuinely am. I went up to Birmingham the other day and I was like sitting in the hotel and I was like, I'm going to film a video. I had no lights.
I saw you put this
My
somewhere.
camera was literally balanced on a box of tissues and like a badly made like tripod, and I was like, oh my god, Imogen, how are you even got a YouTube channel? Anyway, today I'm really excited because we're going to be talking about growing up. So all things, I have no idea what the questions are, but we asked some people to get involved with Getting Lippy. So I'm really grateful that a lot of you have sent questions in, and basically to stay tuned with all episodes, go and follow us on Instagram at Getting Lippy With, because that way you can send us in your questions and you get played. You get played and you get answered. Like, me and Anastasia today are essentially, I mean, what are we? Like gurus of advice.
Yeah.
Actually, that's one thing I will say. When I first met you, I remember, what were you, 16 maybe?
I was really young when I first met you. I think I was 16.
Yeah, you were 16. And you told me and I was like, no. You've got a very like, you're your age, of course, but you've got like a very mature head on your shoulders, haven't you?
I feel like you have to have in this industry, like being in this industry for so long.
Because you've grown up in it.
Grow up earlier.
How long have you done it for now then?
In total, like 8 years, 8-9 years.
Shut.
Yeah, not on.
Oh my god, did you hear that beat? As you said that, the beat was like, well done, Anastasia.
Yeah, I've been doing it for like 8-9 years, but the channel that I've got now I've been doing for like 5 years. But I've been doing it, a long time. So you've grown up on YouTube.
That's why you're so good then, because you've literally, you know what to do. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, because when I met you, I was like, oh my goodness, like, you were just so on my level, and I was like, oh my god, what am I, like 7 years older than you, maybe?
Because I remember we were sat on the train.
Yes.
Who else?
With Makeup by Jack.
Yes.
And who else?
I can't remember.
Oh, no, I can't remember.
Because we were coming back from somewhere.
Who was it?
Coming back from? Was
it?
It
Yeah, it was.
Right.
Who was it? Oh my god, I really want to... Nicole.
It was Nicole.
It was Nicole. It was Nicole.
Yeah, we were sat
on the train. Nicole, actually.
First time, yeah.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so really exciting that we get to answer your questions and just have a general chit chat, which is easy and chill. Yeah,
so chill.
Okay, cute. Let's listen to the first question.
Hello, honeys. You have reached Hun Hotline. Please leave your message after the tone.
Hi Imogen, first off I just wanted to say that I absolutely love your positivity and I love watching your YouTube videos. You never ever fail to put a smile on my face. I was just wondering if you think things get easier in terms of like friendships and relationships as you grow out of your teenage years. I for one definitely hope so. I think that the school environment is just so tense that it puts a strain on both friendships and relationships, and I just wanted to know your opinion on it. Love you, bye.
Oh my god, I love your accent.
I love the accent.
We were like, what? And
so cute.
Yeah. I mean, when people say they like our accents, I'm like, what is my accent?
Oh,
it's
I don't
nothing.
have an accent, yeah.
But you do.
Really?
You do in America, like they...
Oh, in America, yeah.
Well, okay, so, I mean, with that question, so you're basically asking if friendships and relationships are better outside of school, and I would definitely say...
100%.
100%. I think, honestly, when people say to me, I want to go back to school, like, I'm like, no.
Oh, I wouldn't want.
No.
Maybe for like the education side, I'd like to go back. But
same,
but for the like
the social side of it,
and the social side, absolutely not.
What we were just saying as well, you were telling me earlier that you did YouTube throughout school. Like, I can't imagine that.
Yeah, I did it all throughout school.
I can't.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, and people say to me all the time they want to start YouTube, but they're scared because of people in school. Like, because I don't know how you dealt with kids. Like, there's no filter.
There's no filter. Kids can be so
Were they horrible?
Yeah, really, really horrible. Really horrible.
Well, if you were horrible to Anna now, back then, just know we don't like you.
Definitely do
we
not.
Definitely
do not.
Well, so yeah, I would definitely say leaving school and having friendships now, my friendships are so solid. Like, my 3 best friends from back home are going to be friends for life.
100%, now you know that.
Yeah, but in school you feel like one day you're getting pushed out of a friendship group.
Yeah, and you go to school worrying. Yeah. And you go home, sit and think and worry about it. And it's just, it's
and your mum's like, what's happened at school? And you're like, I don't want to tell you in case you call the school.
Yeah, literally. That happened so many times to me. I was like, Mum, please don't call the school. It just makes it worse.
Yeah.
Mum's like, no, it'll help. I'm like, no, it makes it worse.
It makes it so much worse.
It makes it so much worse.
You'd wish it'd make it better, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in school it was a constant worry, like, especially with relationships. I know I had a relationship in school.
Oh, God, yeah.
And it's like, you think that's going to be your forever. You do.
Yeah, you do.
And for some people, you know, they do stay together since they were like 14, 15, and they're still together now.
That's amazing.
That's amazing if you can do that. But I think that one thing you need to remember is in school, it's a very difficult environment because you feel like you're going to be friends with everyone, and you feel like the more friends you have, the better. But actually, you get older and you're like, honestly, I have 3 friends and I love them.
I don't know about you, but literally the day I left school, I could tell already which friends were like, oh, we're friends with them because I saw them every day at school. And then I've got my friends, I'm like, actually, I'm going to make an effort with you.
Yes.
Like, the day I left, I suddenly didn't see like 100 people.
Yeah. And you think that at school you've got to be like the most popular, or you've got to be in these cliques.
It's based on a social hierarchy.
Yeah. And it's so worrying because actually, like, I always tell people this, my best friend Charlotte, I was always in like this horrible popular clique where there was always like a ringleader, and then the ringleader would like shove us out and we'd be like, oh, I don't know, like, you want to be best friends with the ringleader so she doesn't hurt you, or like, you know, turn people against you. But my best friend now was the girl in school who was outside of everything. She was like the shy girl that I became really close with on the outside. I'd be like, oh, Charlotte, like, I don't like being in this group. And now we're best friends. We've been best friends for 10 years. And it's like...
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. So actually, I can't believe it's 10 years.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
Years.
Yeah, because I'm always like, I don't have that many friends. But the friends I do have, it's solid.
Yeah, I think it's better to have a few solid friends than like
even 20
random friends.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
And relationships, like, I know I'm older, obviously, like, but I'm 26 and I'm engaged, like, I have my stability. I have my stability, and I think that as you get older, relationships are more serious.
They're more serious.
More serious. Like, when you get older and you move in with someone, or, you know...
And you want to settle down.
Yeah,
and like,
exactly. Yeah. And I just think that going through school, please don't base what your school journey is on how it's going to be when you're older.
Because it's nothing like
it's
that.
It's so different. And if I could go back to school now, I would tell myself that and be like, Imogen, stop worrying about who likes you.
I spent too much time worrying about that.
Same.
Too much time.
Same. Honestly, I used to be like, change myself to fit in.
To fit in,
like mould.
You felt like you had to be someone else.
Yeah. Like, if they don't like the colour yellow, neither did Imogen.
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, neither do I. You know, like, I would just want to fit in. I look back thinking... I like to think I'm not a sheep, but back then I was.
Oh, back in school I 100% was.
Yeah.
100%.
It's so hard to not be a sheep. I feel like everyone is at school because you don't want to be that one person that's like, actually, I like doing my own thing and I am my own person.
Because you'll get ripped for it, because kids are really mean.
You get bullied if you're different.
Yeah, you do.
It's really sad.
Yeah.
I mean, even on, you know, YouTube in a way, people come to my channel and they think I've got ADHD because I'm loud and I'm like talking loads. But I think to myself, you wouldn't want to watch half an hour of me being like so I'm trying to create content and be myself, but then also, you know, it's a bit more heightened than you would be 24 hours a day.
Yeah, you're not going to be like that all the time. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, of course.
Like, when people meet me, they're like, oh, you are the same person as in your videos, which I am.
Yeah.
But also, when I go home and I sit there, I don't talk to myself.
Neither do I. Yeah, literally. It's just like a heightened version of yourself.
Yeah.
Because like you said, nobody would want to sit there and watch me just like, oh,
yeah, so I'm going to do a Tesco meal deal 24 hours.
Yeah, like, nobody's going to watch that. But nobody is going to watch that. Do you know what I mean? You have to sound like Upbeat, yeah.
Because you are. And there are channels that aren't upbeat or whatever, but that is you as your personality, and you want to just showcase it and make it enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But I just want you to know, if you're struggling with friendships or relationships at school, you'll leave and you'll be so happy.
The day you leave, you will completely understand.
And if you can, try and take a leaf out of our book that we didn't have that back then, and think to yourself, okay, if she doesn't like me or he doesn't like me, cool.
World goes on.
Yeah, because I remember when you're younger as well, like you're like 14 and you're in a relationship or whatever it is, and then you break up and you're like, my heart is broken.
You're like,
and you think it's the worst thing in the world. But then I look at my parents and I think, right, so they were together since they were like 14, 15.
What, your parents?
Yeah, they were,
God,
but they're not together anymore. But they were together for like 30 years nearly.
Wow.
And I look at it and think, they divorced. That's heartbreak.
That's
like,
yeah.
That's a long time of heartbreak. And I look at my parents now and they're both happy and they're both in their own relationships and whatever. And I think, if they can do it, you can.
You can.
So if you're 14, you think that the world's ending because
it's
baby boy didn't text you back. Yeah. It's okay.
It's just the first bit of like heartache you're experiencing, so you genuinely do think that is literally the end of your world.
But even like, even when I was in a long-term relationship and it ended, at the time you think, oh my goodness, I'm not going to get over this.
Yeah.
But I genuinely believe, as women, I can't speak for men, but I do know as women, we are so strong. Genuinely.
Oh, 100%.
Genuinely.
100%.
We can carry the family, like genuinely, like we can carry the weight of the world. I think, I'm going to be honest here, I'm a middle child, so I have that middle child syndrome, but I actually believe I get it from everyone. So like, my brother's the firstborn, so he's like the prodigy child, and he's very intelligent. My little brother is like the baby that they never thought they'd have. And then my little sister is like, oh my goodness, another girl. Because I was always the only girl. So now I'm middle child. So if there's a problem, I get it. My mum's like, speak to your brother, will you? Speak to your older brother. And I'm like, oh, can I speak to you about it? And then if my little brother's playing up, my mum's like, not having it. And I'm like, brilliant. Hugo, get on the phone. I've got to tell you off. I think middle child, as well as being a woman, we get the lot.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's only you and your brother, isn't it?
It's just me and my brother.
That's so nice. And you're close, aren't you?
Oh, we're so close. It's literally just me and my brother and my mum at home.
That's so nice.
I feel like I've grown up very quickly, so I'm kind of the same as
maybe that's why as well, because when I first met you, I thought that you were more mature. Maybe because you look after your older brother and you're close with your mum. Yeah. And you've seen your mum like on her own, so maybe you're like independent women.
Yeah, that is literally what it is. Yeah.
I love that. Our power to the independent women.
I love that.
Okay, next question. Thanks for your question, by the way.
Hi Imogen, my name's Chloe and I'm from Scotland, and I would like to ask you a question about growing up. I find when growing up it's really difficult, especially when you're in teen stages, which is where I'm currently at, and I'm about to leave school now. Does it get easier when you leave school and move on with your life, I guess? Because I feel like for me it's gonna, like right now it seems hard, but I feel like it might get easier once I've left and the people that I want to be around stay by my side and stuff, and you see who your true friends are at that point. Thank you.
Thanks so much for your question. I feel like we're going to answer it a bit differently because it's kind of similar to the last question, but actually we just like we're talking a bit about it then. I feel like growing up, I feel like you might think right now that your best friends are going to be your best friends, but then also you don't know what you're going to be like.
100%, I completely agree with you.
Yeah, like, do you think you're a different person to who you were when you were younger?
Yeah, I mean, I left school 2 years ago now, and that's only 2 years.
And you didn't go to college, did you?
No, I didn't go to college, and I'm a completely different person to what I was back then. My confidence has shot up since I left school, because when I was at school, I just felt so intimidated by, because I was never in like the popular group. I was never in like
that clique.
I was just someone that like everyone knew of, and my best friend Amber, we were always kind of compared, but everyone always kind of preferred her to me in school, and that really kind of put like a shock on my confidence. You felt like you were in a shadow of someone. Like, I genuinely felt like I was in a shadow of someone, but then when I left school, and obviously my YouTube and I was doing that and everything, my confidence is shot, because I was like, I am my own person. Yeah, that is literally I am my own person, and people can see that now.
I think not going to college probably was the best thing as well for you.
100%. If I'd have gone to college, it just would have carried on the same thing. I would have carried on being in everyone's shadows, because I just felt like I didn't really have a voice at school. And like,
because I look at you and don't think that at all, because I see you on YouTube and like see you as a person.
I genuinely wouldn't say a word to anyone at school. Like, I had my friends, but like when I was in class, if I was asked to like go to the front of something, I would literally shake like I couldn't do it.
So your confidence is so much.
But like now, my confidence is like, I just don't care. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah. So I think that what we think is when we're like 16 or like even younger than then, we think that we're always going to be the same person. But actually, you grow up and you're like, I've got my own life. Like,
yeah, of course.
I can be whoever. You actually can be whoever you want to be.
Yeah, of course you can. And a massive part of it is leaving school and moving on to that next part of your life.
Yeah, and realising like what you want to do. Because you might think that you want to be best friends with Mandy, but actually Mandy and you go on completely different paths, and you realise that Mandy isn't the best friend you wanted.
Yeah.
And you know, that's not horrible. That's the way of life. You know,
the way of life.
We grow up and we grow out of relationships, we grow out of friendships, and we grow into our own person. I feel like I was just telling you, I'm definitely a completely different person, and the people I thought were going to be my best friends, I now look at them, I'm like, thank God I'm not your friend anymore.
Thank God, yeah.
Like, thank God I'm not your friend anymore, because actually you were such a nasty person. I was associated, like in school, people used to say I was intimidating, but I swear on my life, like I am the least intimidating person in the world, but because you're friends with those people,
people associate you with them,
Like, there'd be like school teachers would come into our houses, like we had little houses, people come into our houses and be like, so like in this year group we've got a lot of like bullying going on, and people have said that people are intimidating. And then I remember my teacher being like, Imogen, what do you think about this? And I remember thinking, oh my God, she actually thinks I'm one of these people. So then I got pulled up out of class, and the teacher was like, Imogen, you're being associated with like the wrong people. We know you're not that person, but actually unfortunately people are coming up to us saying that you're an aggressor. And I was like, oh my goodness, because I've been bullied a lot of my childhood. The thought of ever making someone feel bullied or intimidated because I was friends with bullies, that isn't it.
Yeah.
So that was when I realised like who you're friends with is who you are. Like
100%.
My partner now, he was friends with a lot of people when I first met him that he isn't friends with anymore. Yeah. Because they do bad things. They're not great moral wise.
Yeah.
And my partner's really like, he sees the good in everyone. Like, he thinks everyone is really kind. So he sees past things that maybe he shouldn't see past. And like, for me, everyone does their own thing. That's cool, each to their own. But like, I don't do drugs, I don't do certain things. So my friends aren't going to be doing those things. Yeah. Because I think...
That's the same as me.
Yeah. Like, also, I've been friends with a couple of girls in the past that have cheated on their boyfriends. I don't condone that. So I'm like, bye. You know, not bye, but like, I realise that if you're associated with people like that, morally, I don't really, you just don't get on. You don't get on.
Yeah, you do have different morals.
Yeah, because you look at it and you're like, well, I wouldn't do that, and I wouldn't treat someone like that. And I just, you know, okay, admittedly, everyone makes mistakes, and like, you want to stick by your friends. Yeah. But if that person genuinely has morals that are of bad intention, you don't need to be friends with them.
I agree with you.
Like, you have, like you say, you have 4 solid friends back home.
Yeah, I've literally got 4 solid friends.
Yeah, and that's a lot, actually, I think. Like,
I think
4 is enough.
Yeah.
I've got 3, and I'm like, I juggle to see them all.
No, literally same. But the weird thing is, my 4 solid friends now, I weren't really friends with at school.
See? That's
like, it was genuine. So when I was at school, I had a friend group, there was about 10 of us. It was quite a big group. But then we just all went our different ways, and it's not that like we didn't like each other anymore.
It's just part of life.
But we were just different people, and we all wanted to do like different things and go different places. And then I kind of found new friends that we'd always been friends, but never on that level. And there are actually 3 boys.
Wow,
which is strange.
That's really nice.
3 boys, and then I've got like my 2 girls. That's actually there's 5, but
that's nice.
It's 3 boys, and I was like, I don't know how I managed to get along with them so well, but we just clicked.
Like, and they just get you.
Clicked. Yeah,
exactly. The thing is, there is, you know, life is life, and we do distance ourselves from people, and especially in YouTube, I mean, when you're not friends with someone, everyone wants to know what the beef is, or I can't believe I just said beef, but anyway, whatever. What the problem is and stuff like that. But really, it would just be a waste of. And it would be a waste of energy to have to do videos. You wouldn't do it. Like, if you're a person of morals, you wouldn't do that, because there's just no point. There's always 2 sides to every story, and unfortunately, there's the truth and then there's lies around it. And sometimes, unfortunately, people do create lies to create drama. That's in any walk of life. But the thing is, what you need to do is take a step back and think, do I want to be friends with this clique? If you can see negative energy and like negative things about that person, just think to yourself, I don't need to be friends with them.
And it is very hard to do that when you're in school.
That's the thing.
That is the only thing. That when you're in school and you're in the midst of it, you
have to see them every day.
You're literally like, I can't do that because I'm like you said, I'm going to see them every day. But like when you leave school, it just becomes so much easier.
Thanks
so
for that.
much easier.
And because I was going completely off topic, you brought it right back. Rate that from you. I always go off on tangents. I'm like talking about everything. But yeah, I completely agree. Like when you're at school, you're like, oh my goodness, I've got to see this person every day. When you leave,
that is what it is.
You can choose who your friends are.
Exactly.
You actually can. And it's sad that in school it is hard, but it's gonna be, you're around those people every single day. You know, even if you're in an office with someone and you didn't like them, you wouldn't make it completely obvious because you've got work next to them.
Yeah.
You know, so just know that you really get to grips with who you are as a person when you leave school. And I mean, you're not going to find out straight away. Like when I was 16, I was still battling with who I am. And I think that actually, you're really lucky, Anna, that you've learned that early. Yeah. Because I think I went to college, it was another 2 years of me trying to find myself. I went to uni, I was so unhappy. And it was actually, like I said, when I went to hospital, that was the pivotal moment where I was like, okay, this is who I want to be.
This is who I want to be.
I don't want to care about what people think. Yeah. And I think that there's no time on it. You learn when you learn. Yeah. And sometimes people learn when they're like 30, 40. They learn from relationships.
It's just so individual and it's something that takes time.
Yeah. So just trust that your life is on a path and whoever you're meant to be friends with, you will be friends with. Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason.
I completely agree with that.
I fully believe
same.
That.
Like I look at things in the past and I'm like, right, that's why I'm not friends with you.
Me too. Or like, I think I always meet people for a reason, whether it's to like learn something from them or whatever. I genuinely think everyone I've met for a reason. Yeah. Even if it's so negative, you can't see a positive. Yeah. One day you will. One day you will, exactly. You're like, right, I learnt that from you. Yeah. Even if it's a trait that you never want to have of theirs. Yeah. You look at them and you're like, something. Yeah. Love that you think that. I do too. Yeah. Okay, next question. Sorry if I went off topic. I'm going to have another sweet.
Hi Imogen, I just want to say I love your podcast so much. I listen to it every week when I do my paper round. But I have a question about body confidence and how to have confidence in your body at the age of 13 when obviously you can feel intimidated by others. Thank you so much if you see this question and I love you so much. Bye.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful that you sent that question and thanks for opening up to us. I feel so grateful. Yeah. We were just saying like as well, you being 13 and actually opening up. That's crazy. Yeah, that is amazing. We were just saying how grateful we are to have like young audiences or audiences anywhere, like whatever age you are. But I just feel so grateful that anyone even like listens to me because I'm like, I know. Wow, a 13 listening to me, like what? And they actually want to listen. Yeah. Like, feel so grateful and lucky. So with the whole body confidence thing, I can't exactly say to you that at 13 I was body confident because I definitely wasn't. I used to wear 3 bras. Wasn't. I wore 3 bras. I wore 3 bras, right? And they were from Primark and they were called like the water plunge or something. They had actual water bags in them, right? What? Yeah, no boobs, flat chest, Imogen over here. But I managed to make myself look, and I mean, they looked like a pillow. They literally sat up here. They were massive. And I was so insecure about having, you know, small boobs that when I first started dating my first boyfriend, he was like, you've got big boobs. I was like, oh my God, I can never take off my 3 bras. Like, I was like, oh my goodness, if this ever, but now I am so confident in my body. I'm like, I know I'm not these Instagram models where, you know, they've got the tiniest waist, massive bums, whatever, but I love my body because it's mine. Yeah, me too. I've grown to love it more. Yeah. You've got an amazing figure, figure. Thank you. So do you though. Thanks, princess. But I just feel like what we were saying is, at 13, having social media, it must be so hard. I can't imagine it. I can't even remember what. Yeah. Like, I know I was doing YouTube and stuff, but like, I don't remember if I was on Instagram. It wasn't massive back then, was it? It really wasn't. And I just think being in that whole situation where there's so many girls that, you know, a lot of people Photoshop, a lot of people do whatever they've got to do and, you know, whatever they want to do. I mean, yeah. But it's also promoting an unhealthy body image that gives people a false reality. Exactly. They think they need to look like that. Exactly. And that it can make people very sad. At 13, when you can't go out and, you know, do certain things and whatever to your body, which I'm not saying you should, you definitely shouldn't. But I'm just saying that it must be so hard for young girls growing up puberty-wise. So what I would say is, you don't have to follow these people that are making you feel rubbish. You don't have to. Like, even at school, you're comparing yourself left, right and centre probably to the most popular girl. That's what it is, it's comparing yourself. Yeah. Don't. Everyone does it, but you shouldn't. You shouldn't. That's one thing I've learned. I don't, you know, since I was, 20, so 6 years now, I have never once looked at someone who's beautiful and gone, I need her face, I need her body. I want to look like who I want to look like for me, not for anyone else.
That's such an amazing mindset to have.
Yeah.
Like, once you're in that and you've got that.
And I feel like if I can try and help someone by saying, if you're in your own head, just know that your body is you. Like, it's a temple, it's your body. When I was in hospital, you realise how important your body is when it starts packing up on you. You're like, oh my goodness, I know this is like the really opposite end of the spectrum, but like if I died, I would be like, I did not live my life to the fullest just because I was worrying about everyone else. And you think to yourself, oh my God, my body is what keeps me going. These legs keep me walking every day. Like, you know, all these things I feel grateful for. Yeah. I used to like hate my legs because I had muscly legs from dancing. Now I'm like, yes, they're strong. Like when me and my partner go to play like football with my little brother, he's like, you run, like you've got quads. And I'm like,
love that.
Don't worry about me, hon. You know, like these things that we hated when we were younger, we learn to love.
Yeah, you do. You learn to love yourself as you get older.
Yeah, I think it's a process.
Yeah, it is.
It's a process, and I can't say to you that when you're 13, you're going to get that.
You're so young, and you've got your whole life ahead of you. Like,
just
it's a
don't
learning
compare
curve.
yourself, please. Like,
yeah, you really shouldn't.
Honestly, if you're following all these girls on Instagram who are in their bikinis and all these things, unfollow them. Unfollow them. Unfollow them. Like, genuinely, you need to put yourself first and build your own security up and your own confidence up, because otherwise, what's the point in looking at other people thinking, she's unreal, she's really sexy and I'm not? Well, go and tell yourself you're sexy. Go and tell yourself you're good looking.
Yeah, and a lot of the time when you're following these people, you're striving for something that, like you said, because of Photoshop and all these different things that they could be doing, isn't even real half the time.
It's not.
And it is giving you false hope and false reality, and that's what makes you so sad half the time.
And like, I realised early on, you know, I'm not going to have figures like that because I'm built differently.
And
I do have muscly legs and stuff like that and that's my shape. Yeah. So like trying to have stick thin legs, and I'm never gonna have it. I'm never gonna be 6'6". I'm never gonna be these things. So I just think you need to love something about yourself. Like,
of course.
You need to learn to love your flaws and love your imperfections, because that's what makes you
100%.
I just think that's the only piece of advice I can ever give.
Yeah.
Like, don't compare yourself.
You definitely shouldn't compare yourself. I know it's a lot easier said than done.
Yeah.
It really is. But you really shouldn't compare yourself.
You shouldn't, because it's only going to eat away at you, and it'll actually make you
100%.
Like, I always think that when we're bitter or like resentful or jealous, it actually makes you more ugly to someone.
Yeah, it does.
Like, if you see someone that's like bitchy or jealous, you're like, you are really unattractive, even if you are attractive. Because you're not a nice person. Like, being a nice person.
Personality is a massive thing.
Yeah,
massive
100%. Like, I think looks fade, personality's there forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, when you get older, you don't want to be with someone just because of their looks. You want to be with someone because you're going to get old together. You're going to love each other. You're going to make each other laugh. Like, all these things. I just think that's one thing I would say. Like, stop comparing yourself. Yeah. Don't look at other people for validation. Yeah. Look to yourself. Be like, do you know what? She's got great legs. Cool. But so have I. Like, yeah, that's what you got to be like.
Appreciate the beauty that you see, but then also look at yourself and be like, you know what? I'm amazing.
Yeah.
End of.
That's like same as in our industry, you know, YouTube or whatever. I don't look at Anna's channel and be like, oh my God, she's massive and I need to be like her. No, I literally look at you and I'm like, she's unreal. She's doing such amazing content. You're beautiful. You've got your own thing. I don't look at that and go, I need to be her, or I need to do that to be successful. I'm not jealous in that. I don't get like that. Yeah. When I see someone doing well, I'm like, wow.
You're like, wow, like, that's the same as me. I'm like, I'm so happy for you. Yeah. Like, that's amazing that you're doing that.
And it makes you a more beautiful person because your heart is pure. Yeah. It's not black.
Your intentions are right. They're in the right place.
Yeah. Okay, cute. Thanks. Should we do one more question?
Yeah.
Yes. I talk up myself. Yeah.
Right, so this is one on growing up. All my friends are growing up really quick, but I'm not allowed to do certain things they are. Like, I'm not allowed to get my hair dyed, have my nails done, but all of them have them done, and I feel quite left out with the growing upness. What do I do?
Thank you so much for your question, Princess. Well, listen, we just need to tell you, it really, honestly, if you look at it in 5 years, you will look back and be like, I don't care.
Yeah. It's literally one of those things that you care about at the time.
Yeah.
But in the overall,
you're like,
it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. And like, I'm going to be honest, I was lucky enough, my parents put any money they earn into our private school education. We weren't wealthy at all, but we got scholarships, me and my brother, and my parents, I think, being fostered, they really wanted to give us an education they didn't have.
Yeah.
Not saying anyone needs private school education, because they definitely don't, but I went to a private school where I wasn't the wealthy one.
Yeah.
Almost like our school skirt was like £100. My parents were like, right, we're going to find someone that's leaving and we're going to pay them £10 for your school skirt.
Yeah.
So I can really understand that all my friends were allowed mobile phones. I wasn't. My parents were really traditional and very old fashioned.
Right.
And because I grew up longer ago than you, it was really different. I was one of the people that I never went out. Like, all my friends would go to town at 13, 14. My parents were like worried of life.
Yeah.
My parents were scared of life. Like, they bubble wrapped me a bit, which I look now and I'm like, thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Because I look at my little brother and I think, to be fair, my little brother's the exact same because my parents have brought him up with, we're all very sort of old school. But all of his friends, like, they do things on a weekend and they do all these things. And he's like, I don't really care that I'm being left out, and I love that about him.
That's so good though, I love that.
But I just think
refreshing.
It is really refreshing, but I just think that, you know, I got hand-me-downs of, like, my parents got all my like, clothes from charity shops, or I got hand-me-downs from my brother, because all of their money went into our education and on family holidays. Yeah. And I look back now and I'm like, I guess at the time you feel really like, oh, they've got the Nokia 3210. I've got like this brick because my parents just want to know I'm safe, you know. I remember, I never forget it. My cousin was quite spoilt by my auntie. Like, he always had things that was the latest thing, and everyone got those silver scooters, you know, those like thin silver scooters.
I know what you're about.
Well, I used my cousin's once and I fully stacked it. There was this bit of pavement and I fully stacked it. I had like the biggest fat lip, and it was sports day the next day, and it was the only time I ever came second, and my dad was like, it was the silver scooter. Anyway, so my parents were like, you're not getting a silver scooter, everyone's got them, we're getting you the BMX scooter. And I was like, what is this? You should have seen me. Honestly, Anna, you would have died. I had, the wheels were about this big because it was safety. Like, you know, the thin little wheels, they were like this big. It was massive. It probably was more expensive than the silver scooter, but my parents were worried about my safety. Bubble wrapped Imogen, love your life. So actually, I look back now and I was like, oh my God, I must have stood out like a sore thumb. But I really respect my parents for not allowing me to be like everyone else, because I didn't grow up too quick.
Yeah.
Like, I really didn't. And the one thing I did grow up too quick was I went clubbing really young.
Did you?
Oh my God. Did you or not?
Not really. Like, I went to like parties, but I went into a club once.
Okay.
But that
really?
Once, that was it.
Wow, that's amazing of you, because I went clubbing when I was 15. I went 15, 16, 17, 18. So
I only went at 17.
I was working full clubs at 16. I was flyering for clubs, and they didn't know I was at 16. They didn't know I was 16. So when I turned 18, Imogen walks up to the club like, oh my God, I've got my provisional. And they were like, you're what? I was like, I'm 18. It's my birthday tonight. And they were like, Imogen, you do realise we could have actually lost our club licence because you've been working for us at 16. And when I went clubbing on my 18th birthday, I left at 10:30 and got a kebab because it was awful, because I've been doing it for 3 years. I've been doing it for 3 years.
3 years, yeah. The thrill of it's just gone. Yeah.
So I feel like growing up slowly, Princess, you might think you're not loving it now. You'll love it when you're older.
You'll love it when you're older. That's amazing.
I've always got a bloody story, honestly. But I just feel like maybe it was harder for you because you've grown up quite quickly because of your job.
Yeah, especially in like job sense, I grew up really, really quickly. If I didn't have that, I don't really know what I'd be doing right now, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, that sense I grew up very quickly. But like, I had a really good childhood. With, like, my mum and dad were together. We were quite like well off and stuff because my dad had a really good job, and then they split up, and then it kind of just like we didn't really have a lot of money at all. Like, my mum lost her job as well, and then a couple of years later she got pregnant. So it was all just kind of like a whirlwind that happened. But I think in a way
that massive shock.
It was a massive shock. It was like really different for me and my mum, but in a way that pushed me to work harder, and I was like, okay, I want to help my mum. I want to help everyone out.
And so also you want to be independent enough that...
I want to be independent, exactly. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Like, I feel like in a way that kind of helped me more. Yeah, which is
I just feel like the nails thing and the hair thing, when you are 20, right, you can dye your hair every single colour under the sun, whatever day you want.
Go for change every day.
If you want that, Princess, you go and do it. But I'm telling you now, just listen to your parents, because while you're young, they have to parent you. And if they're parenting you at a different speed of other people, just know that they're protecting you, and other people's parents might be letting them do whatever they want to do, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But just trust that your parents have your best intentions at heart.
Of course.
And when you're older, you'll love it so much. Like, now I drive my car, I'm like, oh my goodness, I can drive and I do my own thing.
So sweet.
And because I left it for so long, because I lived in London, I didn't need a car. I now am like, I'm an adult, I drive around in my car, and I just think that you appreciate things more.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. I agree with you.
Wow, I love hearing your stories, like, about you growing up. Like, it makes me feel like really, like, driven to work hard, because I think that seeing, probably the same, seeing my parents break up and seeing things happen, and a lot of things happened, you look at it and you're like, right, I want to build, like, honestly, I can't explain it to you.
Yeah.
I actually don't care for anything other than my future. Like, I look at it and I'm like,
neither do I.
I just want to have money so I can have a good future for my kids, for me and my husband, for, like, you know, nice family holidays. I don't
just be, like, financially stable.
That's all I want. I don't want to be rich. I want to be financially stable, so when I'm older, like, my drive at the moment is just to save money for a house. I mean, I'm saving for a wedding, which is an absolute joke. But it's fine. Like, obviously me and my partner, we just don't care. Like, apparently we want to save for a house, but now we've just chucked in like a £25,000 wedding. Don't worry about it. Like, are you okay? And also, we were looking at the wedding itinerary, right? And when we get married, you get married for, like, not even a full day, because it would start at like 2:00 and end at about 11. So it's 25. The average wedding price for England is 35 grand. £35,000.
What?
£35,000 for 8 hours. Imagine that. Imagine someone said, Anna, do you want to come down to this event? We're going to pay you 35 grand for 8 hours. You'd be like, yes.
I'd be there straight away.
We're paying that for a wedding. But it's fine. We're not paying that. We're paying minimal. Like, we're trying to go minimal. But yeah, just know that start saving while you're young, hun. Don't get your nails done. Save for your wedding.
Yeah.
If your mum says you can get your nails done, pocket the money and save it for your wedding.
I can't believe they're that expensive. I had no idea.
It's a joke. It's so worrying. Like, I'm doing my own hair and makeup, so I'm like, I do hair and makeup all the time. Like, I'm not going to go and spend £650 on hair and makeup.
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. It's just adulting, isn't it? It's just as you get older, you do trips. I keep seeing these things on Twitter where it's like,
don't move out yet, Anna, don't move out.
Oh, I'm not going to move out yet. I keep seeing these things and it's like, when you were younger, you thought £100 was like everything. And as you get older, £100 is literally like, it goes like that.
Oh my God. My grandma, I love her so much, but she still thinks £5 can get me a lot. She's like, I've put £5 in your account, darling. And honestly, I love her so much. I'm like, thank you so much, Grandma. That doesn't even get me my Starbucks order. I won't tell her that. But you know, like, it used to go so much further.
Oh yeah. When you're a child, £5 is like everything. Yeah. When you're an adult, you're like, well, yeah, it literally
you can get 50 Freddo bars for £5. And now you can't. They're like 75p for a Freddo bar.
Oh, it's disgusting. It is. Did you see when they put them down on for one day last year? Was it this year? I don't know. They put them back down to usual price. I was like,
really
that
bad.
is the way it should be.
It's
it is
so bad. I found a newsagent the other day that had penny sweets, and I was like, they're a penny, and they're all bagged up. You can buy bags of them for £1. And I was like to my partner, I was like, I like this place. I was like, we coming back here? He was like, okay, it's a premiere as well, quite good one.
It's
a premiere. I can't believe it. I know, I love it. Right, enough. Sorry. Okay. Thank you so much for coming, Anna. I just called you Emma. Emma, thanks for being a guest, Anna. I'm so grateful. I honestly had so much fun, and I just feel like
so much fun too.
It was so easy to just have a chat with you.
Just having a chat.
Just a friendly chat. Yeah, cute. Well, if you enjoyed this episode, please definitely subscribe on your app of choice. You can subscribe on Apple if you're listening. You can subscribe on Spotify if you're listening, or if you're watching. I look like I should be in one of those Jailhouse Rock outfits, so if you're watching, then I'm sure you love it. But definitely subscribe, and make sure you follow us on Instagram at Getting Lippy With to stay tuned with all things Getting Lippy With, and you can send us, like the amazing people that sent us in questions today, you can get involved as well. So, what else do I need to say? Make sure you go and follow Anna, but you already do because she's amazing. She's a superstar. What else do I need to say, angels? Thanks so much for joining us. Absolutely loved it. Like, honestly, had so much fun.
Oh, so much fun. I love it.
Oh, yeah, this is what I need to say. If you can leave us a review, I'd be really grateful, because it actually apparently really helps us. So, like, if you review it, apparently it makes the podcast go up a bit, then people can be like, oh, who's that? And then they can join the family, you know?
I love that.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, thank you. Bye. Till next time, I'm going to love you and I'm going to leave you. Also, my fiance's on next week, isn't he? No, it's not. Different episodes, week before. Let's just leave that.